Hi and welcome to Chemipedia chemistry classes for 11th and 12th standard. So in this video I am going to discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature of amines. So amines general molecular formula RNH2. RNH2 for primary amine. Actually in amines we have three different amines: primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. RNH2 is the general molecular formula of primary amine, R2NH for secondary amine, then R3N for tertiary amine. Okay, we are going to discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature of all the three different types of amines. Okay, right. Whereas in common system the amines are called as alkyl amine, whereas IUPAC system they are called as alkanamine. So we have to count the total carbon number corresponding alkane. The last letter E of alkane is replaced by amine. So that's called as alkanamine. Okay. So let us see the nomenclature of some primary amines. Okay. So this is the first member of primary amine with formula CS3 and H2. So whereas in common name CS3 is methyl group with NH2 amine group. So it's called as methylamine, isn't it? Whereas IUPAC name it is called as methanamine. IUPAC name so alkanamine, isn't it? So methane derivative. So it is supposed to be called as methanamine. Okay, right. Look at the next compound with formula CS3 CS2 NH2, isn't it? So CS3 CS2 group is nothing but ethyl group. So common system it is called as ethylamine. Whereas IUPAC system 2 carbon alkane is ethane, so that E replaced by amine group, so that amine term, so that ethanamine. Okay, right. Very simple. Methylamine, methanamine, 2 carbon derivative of primary amine, ethylamine, ethanamine. Okay, right. Now look at the next pair of compounds. Both these with 3 carbons, isn't it? Carbon atoms, isn't it? So that both are nothing but this pair is nothing but isomer, isn't it? Right. So now, look at the parental carbon chain. Okay, so this is with 3 carbons, so it is supposed to be propylamine. Okay, right. So unbranched structure, so that N-propylamine, common name. So IUPAC system, so the parental carbon chain named in a backward direction. So I give 1, 2, 3, so that the amino group is attached with first carbon. So it is supposed to be propanamine, amino group of first carbon, so propan 1 amine. That 1 indicates the carbon at which the amino group is attached. Okay, right. So next one, the branched 3 carbon derivative, branched primary amine with 3 carbon, which is nothing but isopropyl. You know that CS3 structure is called as isopropyl structure, isn't it? So it is nothing but isopropyl amine. Okay, right. I give the IUPAC name as propan amine. While numbering, that amino carbon is getting number 2, either from left to right or right to left, isn't it? So that the amino group attached with second carbon, so that is propan 2 amine. Okay, so that in case of propylamine there are 2 derivatives, propan 1 amine, unbranched, propan 2 amine is a branched one. Okay, right. Now we go for the next one, an unsaturated aliphatic amine and unsaturated with a double bond aliphatic amine, isn't it? Right. Now you know that CS2 double bond CH, single bond CS2 bond, this portion is called as allyl group, isn't it? So allyl group with amine group, so that's called as allylamine. This is a common name. Whereas IUPAC name is a 3 carbon derivative, so proper double bond propene-amine. This is supposed to be named as propene-amine. So when you number, you can proceed in a backward direction. 1, 2, 3. Double bond is at second carbon. So prop2ene. Amino group at first carbon, 1 amine. So the complete IUPAC name of this allylamine is prop2ene 1 amine. Okay. Look at the next one. It's an isobutyl derivative, isn't it? CS3 iso 4 carbon. So isobutyl amine. Common name. Then IUPAC name. This is the parental carbon chain, longest carbon chain, isn't it? So it is numbered as 1, 2, 3. So it is supposed to be a propanamine derivative. Okay, right. And here you have to consider this methyl group as a substituent. Okay. Propanamine la methyl substituent, methyl propanamine. Now while numbering that amino carbon gets number 1, propan 1 amine, methyl group attached with second carbon, so 2 methyl propan 1 amine. Okay, so that's the IUPAC name of isobutylamine. Okay, right. So next one, a benzene with amino group, isn't it? Benzene with amino group, which is called as aniline in common system. Okay, right. A non-systematic name. It's a benzene derivative, isn't it? So IUPAC system, it is called as benzene amine. How you call? benzene amine. Okay, right. Now, so look at this one. A benzene ring CH2 NH2. Previous one, in benzene ring NH2 directly attached. Here benzene ring CH2 NH2. That is NH2 is attached at the side chain of a benzene ring, isn't it? This benzene ring with CH2 group we call it as benzyl group, isn't it? C6H5 CH2 group is called benzyl group. So benzyl and amino group. So it's called as benzylamine in common system. Okay, right. Whereas in IUPAC system, this is supposed to be considered as a parental compound. Okay, so an amine with one carbon, so methanamine. This C6H5 group, phenyl group, is considered as a substituent. Okay, so it is nothing but phenyl methanamine. Okay, in methanamine there is a phenyl substituent. Okay, so it's called phenyl methanamine. There is a IUPAC name of benzylamine. Okay, now the compounds what we have discussed coming under primary amine category because they follow the general formula or NH2. There is NH2 group, isn't it? Right, now we go for the secondary amines. Secondary amine general molecular formula R2NH, isn't it? Right. Now this is the simplest secondary amine, CS3 NHCS3. So common system, it is called as dimethylamine because methyl group, another methyl group, methylamine, which is nothing but dimethylamine. Okay, right. While giving IUPAC name, you have to choose the longest carbon chain as a parental compound, isn't it? Both side one carbon, so by any one you can choose it as a parental compound. So CS3 with NH is nothing but methanamine. But now here CS3 group is considered as a substituent. Methyl methanamine. Methyl group attached with nitrogen, so nitrogen bonded, isn't it? So N-methyl methanamine. So IUPAC name of dimethylamine is N hyphen methyl methanamine. Okay, N bonded methyl group. N hyphen methyl means N bonded methyl group. Okay, right. Look at the next compound. CH3 NH CH2 CH3. Okay, so now look at the alkyl groups. One side methyl group, other side ethyl group, so that it is supposed to be named as ethyl methyl amine. So according to the alphabetical order, ethyl comes at first. Okay, ethyl methyl amine, not methyl ethyl amine. Okay, that is common name. Whereas IUPAC name, you have to select longest carbon chain for parental compound, isn't it? So this is with the longest carbon, 2 carbon. So ethane derivative, ethanamine. This is considered as a substituent. Okay, methyl ethanamine. Methyl group attached with nitrogen, so N-methyl ethanamine. That is the IUPAC name of this ethyl methylamine. Okay, right. Now we go for the next compound. This is also a secondary amine, isn't it? One side methyl group, other side an alkyl group with 3 carbon, propyl branched, so isopropyl. So it is named as methyl isopropyl amine. Okay, that is common name. Methyl isopropyl amine. Alphabetical, we have to follow alphabetical order. Okay, right. Then whereas in IUPAC system, longest carbon chain, isn't it? So this is the longest carbon chain, 3 carbon derivative, propanamine. Then amino group at second carbon. This is amino group which is attached with second carbon, so propan 2 amine, isn't it? Now this you can consider as a substituent, methyl group. Methyl propan 2 amine, methyl group bonded with nitrogen, so N-methyl propan 2 amine. Okay, right. Now we go for the next one. Look at the alkyl groups on either side of NH group. Left side CH3 CH2 ethyl group, right side 3 carbon alkyl group, propyl, unbranched N-propyl, isn't it? So it is named as ethyl N-propyl amine. Ethyl N-propyl amine. Okay, right. Whereas in IUPAC system, this is the longest carbon chain, parental carbon chain, 3 carbon derivative, so propan amine. Amino group at first carbon, propan 1 amine. So this is the substituent, ethyl bonded with nitrogen, so N-ethyl propan 1 amine. Okay, N-ethyl propan 1 amine. That is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay, right. Next one. This is also a secondary amine, but it's an aromatic because it carries a benzene ring, isn't it? Right. Now here, this is benzyl group, isn't it? So this is benzyl group and NH. So benzylamine. This is a benzylamine derivative. In the amino group, there is a methyl substituent, isn't it? So which is attached with nitrogen. So that N-methyl benzylamine. See, this is benzylamine portion. A methyl group attached with nitrogen. So N-methyl benzylamine, common name. Okay. Whereas in IUPAC system, this is considered as a parental compound. 1 carbon derivative, methanamine, isn't it? What is it? Methanamine. In methanamine, there are 2 substituents. One is methyl, another one phenyl, isn't it? Methyl is attached with nitrogen, so that N-methyl, another substituent, phenyl group, phenyl, then methanamine. Okay, I think you can follow how the IUPAC name is given. Here, this you take it as a parental compound. one carbon derivative, methanamine. These two are substituents. One is methyl, another one phenyl. Methyl, phenyl, methanamine. But methyl group attached with nitrogen, so we use N-methyl phenyl methanamine. Okay, right. So now we go for the next one. It's another secondary amine, isn't it? NH compound. Right now here one side methyl group, other side butyl group. Okay, so secondary butyl actually, secondary butyl. So that probably in the common system can be called as secondary butyl methylamine. Okay, so I have given only IUPAC name here. Okay, common system it is supposed to be called secondary butyl methylamine. Okay, let us look at the IUPAC name. Right, select the parental carbon chain, longest carbon chain. This is the longest carbon chain with 4 carbon atom. So I proceed numbering in a backward direction to get least number to the amino carbon, isn't it? So you have to proceed this way. Okay, so now this is the basic compound, butane 2 amine, butane 2 amine. This is substituent, so methyl attached with nitrogen, so N-methyl butane 2 amine, N-methyl butane 2 amine. Okay, that is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay, right. So now we are going for the nomenclature of tertiary amines, which has general molecular formula R3N, isn't it? Right. So now the simplest tertiary amine with 3 methyl group attached with nitrogen, isn't it? Whereas in common system is called as trimethylamine. How is it called? Trimethylamine. Okay. Whereas in IUPAC system, like secondary amine, you have to select the longest carbon chain. Here all the 3 alkyl groups with same number of carbon. So any one can be used as a longest carbon chain, parental compound. Okay, now let us consider this as a parental carbon. This CH3 with N. So methanamine. What is this called? Methanamine. These two are substituents, methyl and methyl. But dimethyl methanamine. How is it called? Dimethyl methanamine. Whereas both these methyl groups are attached with nitrogen, isn't it? By N-methyl, N-methyl. So what? N, N, dimethyl methanamine. N, N, dimethyl methanamine. Okay, right. Now we go for the next derivative. In which nitrogen is attached with 2 ethyl group and a butyl group. So unbranched butyl group, which is nothing but N-butyl, isn't it? Right. So that when you want to give common name for this, this can be named as N-butyl diethylamine. This is supposed to be named as N-butyl first, ethyl next, isn't it? N-butyl, ethyl, so diethyl, N-butyl diethylamine. That's the common name. Now we are going to see the IUPAC name. Select longest parental carbon chain, this one with 4 carbon atoms. Okay, then amino group. While numbering, proceed in a forward direction. So amino group at first carbon. So it is supposed to be butane 1 amine. Butane 1 amine, in with we have 2 ethyl substituent at amino nitrogen, isn't it? So that diethyl butane 1 amine, ethyl groups bonded with nitrogen. So N, N, diethyl butane 1 amine. That is IUPAC name for this compound. Okay, right. The next one, the same nitrogen with a methyl group, ethyl group, and a propyl group, a branched propyl group, so isopropyl group, isn't it? Right. While giving IUPAC, before we give IUPAC name, so let us see what it will be the common name for this compound. Okay, ethyl methyl propyl, isn't it? So alphabetic order ethyl methyl propyl, ethyl methyl isopropyl amine. That is the common name actually. Okay, then IUPAC name. Parental compound, longest carbon chain, 3 carbon with amino group, isn't it? So propan amine, amino group at second carbon, isn't it? So propan 2 amine, isn't it? These two are considered as substituents. Okay, so there are different alkyl substituents, isn't it? So follow alphabetical order: ethyl, methyl, propan 2 amine, N-ethyl, N-methyl. Okay, right, got it? N-ethyl, N-methyl, propan 2 amine. That is the IUPAC name for this compound. Okay, right. So next two are aromatic compounds. So this is a benzene ring. Okay, so our phenyl group. So nitrogen carries 2 methyl groups and a phenyl group. 2 methyl groups and a phenyl group, isn't it? Right. Benzene with NH2. We are supposed to consider this as benzene with NH2 group. So which is nothing but aniline. 2 methyl groups are there at nitrogen, isn't it? Dimethyl aniline actually. What is this called? Dimethyl aniline. NN dimethyl aniline. That is a common name. What I am telling is common name of this compound. NN dimethyl aniline. Okay. Now IUPAC name. Aniline IUPAC name benzenamine, isn't it? So that is called as NN dimethyl benzenamine. Okay. Right. Now the last compound. Nitrogen bonded with 3 phenyl groups, isn't it? So that in common system you can call it as triphenylamine. So you can call triphenylamine. Okay. while giving IUPAC name, all the groups are similar, isn't it? So that any one of the benzene with nitrogen can be considered as a parental compound. Okay, so benzene with amino group, isn't it? Benzene amine. What is it? Benzene amine. These two you have to consider as a substituent. Two phenyl groups. So diphenyl benzene amine. Both phenyl groups are attached with nitrogen. So N comma N diphenyl. Okay, N phenyl N phenyl. That is what N comma N diphenyl benzene amine. Okay, so this is the IUPAC name of this tertiary amine derivative. Okay, right. I hope you are able to follow how to give the IUPAC name for three different amines. Right. Thank you.